A famous dystopian story about a future of rampant censorship is hitting the stage at BHS. This week I went down to the Fogelberg Auditorium to see students rehearse for the upcoming play based on Ray Bradbury's classic novel, Fahrenheit 451.
Fahrenheit 451 is a dystopian story about a world where everyone is allowed entertainment to become more important than facts, more important than intelligence, more important than intellectualism. And Guy Montag, our main character, is a fireman, and in this future, firemen are tasked with burning books, any book containing any controversial idea.
BHS English teacher Kate Hill has been involved in performing arts for many years and is very excited to be the director of this year's play.
I've been performing in shows since I was in high school and when I was in college, and when I started teaching, it was a clear connection between teaching English, literature, and directing plays. It's something I've always been passionate about, and I love watching these kids grow as actors.
I got a chance to speak to some of the performers and learned a little bit about the characters they will be portraying.
I am Guy Montag, the protagonist of the story, and in this society he starts out as just, another component of the society who doesn't really think much and doesn't think about, he's a fireman, which means that he goes to house and burns books, and he doesn't think much about this at the beginning of the play. But over the course of the play, he evolves into a character who starts to question the society and realizes the value that books provide. So it's really interesting to portray this dynamic character.
So I play Clarice, and basically she's kind of like the person that guides Montag along his journey and helps him see that books matter and that knowledge matters.
I'm Fire Chief Beatty. I'm the main antagonist in the film, so I'm kind of evil, and I'm a bit of a hypocrite, so I burn books, but I also read them, which is kind of taboo.
Being an actor or actress in school is a little bit of a challenge, as students have to study hard and do their homework while also doing extra work, memorizing their lines.
I think Guy Montag is an especially interesting and challenging character to portray because it's so dynamic and he varies widely in his emotions throughout the play. Sometimes he's listening intently interested, sometimes he's really angry with someone. This shift in emotions is probably the hardest thing.
So it's great because Mr. Hill is actually my teacher in class. That part's great because he, whenever we have a ton of homework, he goes light on rehearsal and vice versa. But other classes, sometimes it's challenging, but not really. I like theater, so I just make sure I get my grades. And
I think I have to play a lot off of Montag, Ben. I try to hurt the other characters intellectually, not so much physically. It's a lot of mind games, and it's interesting trying to figure out what would bother them most.
Finally, Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451 is another example of classic literature, and watching it being performed live is an extra treat.
I want people to consider concepts around mass culture. That's what Ray Bradbury wanted to talk about, that and censorship. So it would behoove us to listen to this story from 50, 60, 70 years ago and consider how it still relates to the world today.
Performances for the play will be on Friday, December 15th at 7:30 p.m. and Saturday, December 16th at 2 p.m. Tickets range from $10 to $15 and are available at www.burlingtontheater.com, or you can call 781-A-FUN-TICK. And tickets will also be available at the door the day of the performance. From the Fogelberg Auditorium, I'm Robert Paris for B News Weekly.